Hey everyone. Hey guys. Can you hear me well? Welcome to the community stream number 177. I'm very sorry for the few minutes of delay. We had a fire issue on another game that I had to jump on just for a little while. So I hope that everything is working fine for you. As always, let me know if anything is not working. As far as I can see, that's the case. I'm just going to do a small audio check for a second. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, let me check. Okay. Okay, we're good to go. Sorry. Just wanted to check that I could hear myself in the return. The sound seems to be a bit low on my side, so in case you need me to increase the volume of anything, just let me know and we'll take care of that. Anyway, I'm not gonna have you wait any further as we've been waiting for a bit already. I'm just gonna get things going. So we are going to start as always with the easy slash normal fight. Let me go live with the event. Yeah. So for this event, for this section, sorry, we will first be fighting against the King Logger, King Yalric, Grivnik, the Trojan, AG Peel, the Rootkit. Oh, and apparently my dog has decided to play the Jurassic Park side of let me show you how I can open doors. So, okay. Anyway, we are good to go. We have our auto spins on. So let's just go. There we go. Those fights shouldn't be too tough, I think, for you guys. I tried to make the armies a tiny, tiny, tiny bit stronger uh, for the strictly easy fight. That mostly because someone like Singelrig that has level 5 and 6 artifacts shouldn't be in this section. We still have way too many people that are level 5 and want to go in this section. We might at one point need to get just one section if we don't have any regular beginners or very intermediate players and only the top guys coming in or people that were more experienced. If we only have people with level 5 artifacts and I need to level my artifacts to level 5, it will make more sense at this point to just have the hardest version and to get you guys to fight for it, because even if you get the loss, it still make more sense for you to get a loss than to get a win in the in this version. So yeah, yeah, we have too many people with level 5 artifacts. So that's probably one of the things we're going to change. We were talking about it already the last time. We will very, very, very likely change things up a bit over the summer for the community streams to make it fit a bit more the status of the game currently. There are some stuff that are coming in for which we will also want to make something a bit more extraordinary than just the regular fight night. So we'll be looking into that. By the way, it seems like my dog simply doesn't want to live, so it's gonna stay next to me for the rest of the fight night, very likely. Okay. So in the meantime, fights are already running quite fast for this segment. I expected it, to be honest. I don't think we're gonna spend more than 5 or 10 minutes in there. But that's the way it usually is. I'm trying to see, but we have one player that is pretty new to that segment. Two, yeah, two players. Okay, two players that are pretty new. Everyone else, you know, you should be in more elevated section. What I might be doing the next time is that I might, on my own, decide if I put you in the more advanced um, system, because ultimately, if you all have level 5 artifacts or whatever, there's a point at which we'll need to see what we want to do. Yeah, I'm seeing even the guys that usually don't register, they have quite a bunch of level 5 artifacts. So think I think we simply have to bypass entirely this section at one point. Let's check another of those accounts doing this at the same time. So if we look at Oenheim, Oenheim is okay, yeah. Oenheim is a player that deserves to be in here. It's the only player here that has level 2 or level 1 artifacts. For him, it might actually be a superstar fight, but it's someone that deserves to be in there. He has quite strong units, though. Some level 87, level 70. Yeah, there are some good units. That's cool. Okay, anyway, back to the stream. So, yeah, we have quite a few things that we wanted to talk about today. The main point for us will be to talk about the next update for the game. The next version of the game will include mostly, that's the biggest part for us, will include the new shop as well as the home button in the new UI. Those will be two changes coming to the new UI. You also have some very minor changes coming there, but that's the main point. And soon after, we will then have, as a follow-up update, most likely in August, the next week will be your update about the commanders. And the early commander features, the first features we'll bring for the commanders will be the rune mechanic. That will be the first thing we'll bring to the commander, and the progression, as far as I remember. So what are the runes for your commanders? The runes are pretty much power stones for commanders. They don't work exactly the same way as power stones, but the idea is that you will be able to have different power stones equipped, runes equipped, three, and per commander, a bit like the artifact. And those runes, sorry, those runes will last for a specific duration. What is specific about this system is that you will get a fair amount of um, runes in the game. You will have some that you can gain, that you can buy, that you can purchase, that you get in the season pass, pretty much like you would with your power stone. The difference being that where power stones are only linked to a specific era, and pretty much every season you kind of need to go for the slightly elevated version if you want to keep up with the game. For the runes, the way it works is that they last for a certain duration once you put them in. So as long as you keep them in your inventory, they're there. But if you decide, hey, I want to put, I don't know, a defensive rune in my commander, it will be there until the duration ends. So like if it's a 3 days rune, 7 days rune, whatever the timing would be, and once it's gone, it's gone. The second layer that makes the rune system interesting is that it's a fusing system. So what it means is you will get runes of several different qualities. So they will have the same type of effect, simply stronger based on the rarity. Again, similar to how power stones have several levels, some of them. It will be the same with runes. So the idea will be for you to decide if you want to use your runes. I don't know, let's say there's common, there's rare, and there's epic. You will have to decide strategically if you want to use your common power stones all the time so that you always have, runes, that you always have a common rune, three common runes actually equipped, or if you will decide that, hey, I actually want to keep my common runes and use three of them to fuse them together and get one mythic, and I will only use mythic runes, but that means maybe at times I won't have three mythics at the same time, so I might not always have everything I need. And same goes for the epic. In in other words, what it means is that you will always need to be fusing new runes and chasing them to get at the top of the game. And you will have to make some strategy choices. Like, do you go for two mythics, one common, because we don't have three mythics right now, or do you go for three epic stories, or do you go for rare or whatever? You will decide how you want to do it. Um, and what will be interesting as well is what effect you want to use. Like, okay, do I want to use to craft or fuse my runes to get to epic runes for this or that uh, effect, and keep the third effect that I have as common, or the other way around, etc. And that opens up different strategies. You will not be able to put more than one rune of a specific type on a specific commander, and you will be able to use different sets of runes for the different commanders. So that means you have three commanders. Let's say you want to make a super offensive commander and super defensive one and whatever, the runes will stop to allow you to do this. That being said, the runes are not going to be the biggest impact for the commanders. That will come in the second or third phases for the commanders with the addition of the passive skill and as well all the skill tree that we already mentioned a few times is going to come the game. So the first version will be a bit simpler than that, but it will also bring something to the commander, which is something we wanted to do quite quickly because the commanders has been revealed for this now already. So we want to have something to showcase to everyone already. Sorry, folks, I think we just finished. If I check, because I remember we had 20 something players, so we should have been just over the end. Um, yeah, okay, we've had. Sorry, okay, I didn't see it. We've had like 3, 4 players. Last one was Black Hat, I think. Yeah, so we had 3 or 4 players extra. That's okay, no problem there. Let's grant the rewards and move to the other fight night right away. Oops, sorry, that's this one. So the event. Yeah. Okay, now we can go there, can go live. I can switch the account and we'll be able to start right away. Okay, guys. So let's see. Let's see. So we have our accounts in there. Let's go to fighting mode. far as I'm aware, everything should be there. One thing I wanted to bring up. Oh, we're missing the token. There we are. One thing I wanted to bring up quite directly is that for the game, we fixed the issue with the draws that we've had in the last two community streams. So this will allow us to verify that this is fixed for all the cases, because since it only happens at very specific times, it's rather tricky for us to know exactly if it is happening still or not. So hopefully we'll get the answer to that today. And I won't lie, today I mostly copied the strongest of the armies that we have in the game. So I hope that it will get me a rather high victory ratio. I would expect it, but we'll see. We'll see. At least we start to get out of um, the whole fight with hydro at the top, as we've seen for so long. It's kind of refreshing as well to see a slightly different type of armies being used. Definitely a good thing as well. You know, so far, so good. So looking good, story wise, right? Hey, Nicolas, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? So on my side, what I wanted to share with you outside of the update to the UI story and the commander features, because those will be the two main things coming in. We are still celebrating the Battle Legion anniversary, so there are still a couple of things we have up our sleeve. But one thing we released, sorry, this week, which is quite a big deal, and we're quite happy about it. We've done quite a few changes to the Spellwagon website, and now it's a lot faster to log in. It's also faster to, if you want, make purchases, etc. It's overall way faster. It's responsive to mobile, etc. So it's way better experience altogether. But what is more interesting, I guess, for you guys is that a lot of you were asking for the season pass to be added in there. And this is the case now. So here I'm thinking especially about players we have in regions where the app stores are not available. So right now that would be basically countries that are in war, but also some very small countries across the world that don't have a localized version of the shop. And in those cases, in those countries, unless you use VPNs, you cannot make purchases in the app store or other ways. especially if the game is not edited in the countries around yours, because the game is not available by default on every single store across the world. Um, so for those players now, they have a way finally to buy the season pass. And for everyone else that is in general buying the season pass, just letting you know it's a good deal to go and buy it on Wäringr because it's granting you a small bonus. So at the moment, it's a very small amount of gems on top. It will probably evolve as we get going, but we didn't want to start too big and in case there would be any issue because technically it's a lot harder to provide. Right? Yeah, so it's a lot harder technically to provide a season pass than it is to provide any other items in the game. So it simply made sense for us to be a bit safe on the first release. That's why we didn't go for anything super big. But still, it's more beneficial to buy it via Wäringr. And on the longer run, we will probably be expanding on that. Just so you know, for Wäringr, we also now have more exclusive skins available for it, especially skins related to the anniversary. So that's going to be quite cool. And we have also in the pipeline to come quite soon a form of loyalty program that will come um, for the Wäringr website in general. And we're quite proud of that. So I think I'm not gonna make it. My poor kid risk. This is how you end up when you're a rock star in Battle Legion. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically the news for Wäringr. We have quite some cool things coming in. More things will come. And then on our side, I think that's the main point for us for the coming weeks. As you know, as we already said earlier, in the coming weeks, we want the new shop to be released. We will have the back button for the UI. We will have then in August the Commander's release, which will be really a big deal for us. And then we're looking at other stuff to do before the phase two of the Commanders, which will come a bit later this year as well. So there are some smaller things we're looking into. We'll see as we get to that. But there are a few different things we're considering and trying to work around so that we make the 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 game a bit more exciting there. Yeah, I know that there were quite a few suggestions lately on how we can make the game a bit funnier, or not funnier as in funny, but more fun. Sorry, that's what I meant. And um, a lot of you were talking about the journey levels. So just know that our team now is looking into potentially adding a second difficulty level for the journey level. So you would restart all of the journey levels in a harder difficulty. Um, as of now, I don't know yet when that would come, if it's something we could do by the end of the year or if it's more going to be next year because I don't know how much work that is. It's still being evaluated. But that's one thing we're looking at as well, to try to bring some novelty in there. I'm not sure if you've seen, but we've also edited the Bounty Hunter in the past few seasons to add all of the new units as missions in there. So that's also coming along nicely. Um, and yeah, those are the main points that we're looking at for the time being. There are some talks and discussions as well about having potentially a very basic plan related feature being released as well, as it would prepare us to the big focus for next year, which is going to be the clan wars and fully and only the clan wars pretty much. So that's one thing we're looking at is potentially having some feature in there that would get things going there. So yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to see where we stand because I have the thing is going very fast today. I think the event is not going to be. Yeah, we already have almost 20 players done. It's going a bit too fast now. What the hell is this? Not used to that. Oh, but we are back with the good old the good old setup with hydro and such. It's, yeah, we're slowly getting there. It was a nice setup for the time that it lasted. It was interesting as well to see so many people using Mandrake, for example, the displacer, obviously, but also hydro. And yeah, in this case, you can see as well the um, what's the name of this unit in English? Mo was losing it, but there's quite a few newer units that were used in there. That's quite cool. Talking about units, there were a lot of suggestions shared lately on the Discord server. So feel free to add to the Discord server to the suggestion section. Comment on the unit IDs that you like or the ones that you really don't like, and just share your opinion on that because we are slowing down on the number of units we are adding to the game, as you have already noticed. So for us, it will be important now that when we bring new units to the game, it's really a unit that has the opportunity to be a meta changer and a unit that really brings something new to the table. Um, for the longest time, there were a lot of units that were adaptation of existing units. So doing something slightly similar to what another unit does, but with different stats. Maybe they had a longer range but lower HP. Maybe they had um, uh, more damages but smaller speeds, etc. We are trying now to focus to units that fit a need that is not fulfilled by the existing unit so far, or that are using an effect that is not in there yet. So that's why for us, getting your feedback on design ideas and unit ideas that players are sharing is extremely interesting. So do not hesitate to go for it. Okay. So, for those of you that are watching right now, do you have any questions, any topic that you would like to bring up and discuss with us today? We still have like 40, we still have like 48 players to go. So you better find a way to to have some stuff to discuss. Otherwise, it will be a long 45 minutes each for us to check into. I'm trying to see, by the way. Yeah, so we had 69 players. We now have 48. So yeah, we have done a bit less than one third of the hardcore section already. if the usual trend is true, we will end with players that have a bit more losses. That's usually how it looks, but we'll see how it is going. So we are now fighting Shelios. Oh, defeating Shelios because yeah, today I'm on fire. We will finally see a positive winning ratio, possibly. Yeah, so if all the fights are just like the one we've seen, it's going to be a lot smaller. Oh, that's interesting. We see new, different ways to use the hydro build. Okay, so not corners anymore. We go front row, making sense with the type of army that I'm using. Alright, guys, it's still pretty warm in here today, so I still need to take some time to hydrate myself. Today it's 31 degrees pretty much, Celsius. I don't know how many. Fahrenheit will probably be, let's see, 31 degree Fahrenheit is 88, sorry, 31 degrees Celsius is about 88 degrees Fahrenheit. That's roughly what you will see there. Sorry, guys, just they are reaching out that I need to institute. So, So we are now facing gamer. Sorry guys, I'm tiny bit less than usual today. As I was saying, we have a fire emergency on another title that I'm responsible for, so I have to be multitasking a bit. I could have simply delayed the stream to another day, but I simply don't think it's fair for you guys to suffer for another game anyway. Plus, it's not like it's gonna change much. I cannot really do anything about that situation at the moment. Just I'm checking what is being shared and keeping an eye on things in general. Still, by the nest, it's done. Right, let's move on. Yeah. Running quite smoothly this build again, since I took it from the player that was at the top of the leaderboard when I did it. Not too surprising. We are 75% of winning ratio. It's always just for the last 20 games, obviously. But it's cool. After a couple of seasons where the ratio was not even getting to 30% at the end, it's definitely positive. And that's again a portrait I've never seen before. Nicholas, uh, yeah, I don't know how is it possible that I'm still surprised by the portrait I see. It's crazy, crazy. So far we had no problem with the draws, as far as I can tell. That's a very, very good sign. Since I see a lot of you are using Hydro as well, we have a brand new skin for Hydro that got released today. If you want to check it out as well. This fight is one that I won't win, I believe. I don't feel like it. That we already have less than 30 players to go. Going very, very fast today. So we have gameplay now ongoing. Let's see how things are running there. Oh, it's already over. My bad. I was looking on the wrong screen because my screen in front of me has always a bit of delay compared to the other one. So, oh, we were again playing Aldor. I keep forgetting to take that player out. Aldor is an account that keeps on being pushed. I have no idea why. It's getting super annoying. Like, there's no reason for this account to show up. It's an account from 2020. There's no artifact. It has nothing. There's no reason for this account to be showing up in there. It's a bit of a shame, to be honest. Anyway, no eager. We only have 23 players to go. Getting super fast. Oh, that's a different approach with the plague vermin and the wagon. That's brave. That's brave. I like your style, Zoyos. You went for a very different build than what most people are using. So So is right on it. We still have Aaron, Run 2, Caesar, Kerazul, Devastator, Putu, Louis, PX, PSK, Testoviron, Mr. Leatherface, Sizzly, Pikachu, Dracula, Eugene Inder, Reaper 86, Sparrow, Constantine, Dom, Leyland, and Pond. And that will be it for today. In the meantime, we already finished with Aaron and Rune 2, so we're already on freeze up. I think you probably guys have 10 minutes left if you want to ask any questions. I suspect that within 10, 12 minutes, we will be done for today. So it's a short community stream today. Um, Mostly, as I said, the key points are what we're going to bring with the UI changes and the commanders changes. Those are the biggest things because they're technically the biggest things we've been working on for a while. It is also rather um, to a point where it's quite likely that we will be stopping uh, quite soon the old UI. After the shop is there, it is very likely we'll have to do it because, as far as I'm understanding, there would be conflict if some players are running the version with commanders and some are running the versions without commanders. So that will probably be something happening quite soon after that. So, Night of Kerazul, that's a good one. That's a tough one. So we are now against Lewis. Let's see how it goes. I was on the screen. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, we have 14 players. Go, well, soon to be 13 because, yeah, well, assuming right that things are done for Lewis, move on to CSK. Valdarion, I think yeah, draw. Let me check. Was it a regular draw? This one? Yeah, that was a regular draw. That's okay. We had a draw for what? Like, yeah, just for the altar that we didn't manage to buy. Okay, makes sense. It makes sense. That's okay. Not gonna complain too much. Okay. So, Mr. Leatherface, we have similar setup for a certain reason. Not saying I pretty much borrowed from you, but I pretty much borrowed your army, to be honest. So, no surprises. And I lost, which means, that kind of makes sense. The master defeated the the battle, which makes sense. I was helping your army. It makes sense that you defeated me still. Oh, right, yeah. Well, we're getting there at a rather fast rate. And, Drakaya. We have less than 10 players left now. Going fast. Let's see. We have 8 players left, including Drakaya. But we have just a 68% win rate. So it's actually quite okay. I mean, it's a lot more than usual, but it's not too over the top either, which is important. Like, I didn't want to have the idea for me in the hardcore fight is to be close to the 50%. That's what I would be happy with. But yeah, let's see what's going to happen there. So we are now facing Reaper 86. We just have a few players left to go for today. We'll have Sparrow, Constantine, Jam, Leilong, and Pon. I would like to say that Jam is very open in the last layers of the stream. I don't know why it's still one of those mysteries that, for whatever reason, is very, very at the last phase there. It's very particular, but it is what it is. We have to keep that in mind. Okay, now let's go Sparrow. Not looking too good for Sparrow for now, but let's see, let's see. No, I think that's not gonna do it for Sparrow. Yep, So we are now looking at 3 players, 4 players. Constantine, it's a hydro build, maybe it's gonna last longer. Let's see. I'd be happy to close with less than 70% win rate ratio. Like a 60% would be just fine. 55, ideal. Mhm. Let's see. Ley long, and then we'll have jam and pom. I think we're gonna do it for ley long. It's gonna be a win for us. Yeah, there we go. Last one. Let's see what we can do there. Not sure, but let's see. Pawn. Oh, pawn is the last one. I thought we had jam, but we already did it. So pawn is the last one. Let's see if it's a hydro build. Let's see if we stick to the 70% or if we get lower. I think it's gonna be lower. That's my gut feeling there. How's the hydro doing? It's the hydro unit we have to care about. Everything else is fine, but hydro. Okay. Oh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I think. Just need to get that guy out. Come on. Yes. There we go. There we go. That was the last fight for the day. Again, for everyone that has been watching today, sorry for speaking a bit less than usual. Yeah, multitasking is not always ideal when you have to stream. I prefer that over postponing the fight night altogether. But yeah, just wanted to apologize to anyone for that. We've talked about what's coming next for the game. We get you some nice rewards. I'm thinking that now, so everyone should have their rewards by now. And that's another fight night under the belt. So yeah, quite happy of spending some time with you today again. We'll be talking to each other now in pretty much 2 weeks again. As I told you earlier, there will probably be some discussions going for some changes to the fight night, to the format, and the regularity and all that. We'll see how we want to do it. For the time being, I'd like to thank you again and have a wonderful rest of the day. We'll talk to each other pretty soon. Have a great day. Bye, guys.